Well, hello there. I'm the Ranger, and today we're doing a walkabout, or Monday's walk. Let's talk about something real quick. Before I say anything or do anything, I want you to enjoy the woods as I talk. This is what I call a Monday walk. We're going to talk about some things about what you think you should want to do. This is about being hidden in plain sight. My dog's so happy he's trying to find a cat. Hiding in plain sight. Hello there, I'm the Ranger. And don't forget, I'm a fictional character for this channel. See you next video. Hello. Today I will talk about hiding in plain sight. Did you know in Star Wars they had a Grandmaster named Yoda? Now the Grandmaster had to hide, and he hid for very long time, and no one knew where he was or who he was or what he looked like. But he was a Grandmaster of the Jedi. Now before you even know it, he'll have your head cut off and flopping on the ground before you even knew that he was a Jedi. What I'm getting to is, should you be hidden from being a prepper or a survivalist? Should you hide yourself from the world that you know some stuff that might happen in the future? Here's some questions you got to ask yourself these questions. Why most of these preppers are prepping? Some of these preppers are in plain sight. They telling the world how to prep and how to do the prepping. Most people think that the government is going to be the first ones after, because they are the preppers. Now, guy said, should I be well hidden? I said, you can. You can be like Master Yoda until your head falls off. Pretend you're normal Joe, don't know nothing. That is good to do. But here's the questions. Do you think we're ready to have a collapse soon? Do you believe that alien race is coming down and eat our brains? Do you believe another army from another country is going to invade us and we're going to be left out of food and water or electricity? Do you believe in the Armageddon, where a guy comes down and kills all the bad guys and only really he takes up the good guys and leaves the bad guys? Now I'll let you know, being hidden is okay. Go ahead and hide. Don't let the world know that you, a prepper or a survivalist, that's fine. Be hidden. Be like a normal Joe and like everybody else. Act like everybody else, and no one will think that you or your family is unspecial, or they think you're the same. But you've been prepping all these years. You've been prepping in jarring containers, putting food away, making a basement so you can hide your family in the bottom. Just in case Armageddon or another war, a war on our country, which is going to be very rare to do, or you think the government's going to collapse and you need food for your family because the government's going to collapse. People say all kinds of stuff during Hurricane Katrina. Oh, we're going to collapse because we have all these foreigners over here taking our money. But yet, all the Walmarts were packed during Christmas. If the economy was ready to fall, why would Walmart and all the superstores would be packed during Christmas? Just think about these things. Be hidden. Yes, go ahead. Be hidden. Hide from yourself. Don't show no one that you are a prepper. You have weapons, guns, and ammo, food hidden away. Most people think the government's coming after you first. Trust me, if electrical impulse ever hits, you think cops are going to look for you? They're going to find your own family. So here's a question to fire departments, if you watch my videos. Police officers, if you watch my videos. Any type of law enforcement, fire department, if you watch my videos, if an EMP struck right now, what are you going to do? Are you going to go straight home? Are you going to go back to your job? Are you going to go back to your fire department? Or are you going to go back to your headquarters to find out what to do next? Or are you going to go home and protect your family from an EMP? Now, I'm just using that as a sample. Now, the economy can go crashing down anytime soon, but I don't believe that's going to happen anytime soon. Because the economy is very well, it's doing well. People keep scaring you. This is a scare tactic that they use. They scare you. Now, this video is about hiding. Hiding in plain sight is a good thing. I'm getting off track time to time, but I have to talk about certain things what people are scared of. They're scared of the economy falling. That's the most thing people are thinking about. But every Christmas, Walmart, the stores are packed. They're buying stupid things that no one needs. Star Wars or little toys for their kids. Wouldn't that be buying food and stocking up on food if the economy was bad? No, they're buying Christmas. I notice that every year. Oh, the economy's going bad because we got these foreigners over here and they're taking our money. But yet, a lot of people at Walmart buying gifts. Now, here's a question. If you think another country is going to attack us and we have to go into that state of emergency and government law enforcement at night, you can't travel at night no more, and what is it called? Martial law. And we go into a martial law. I mean, that's rare for that to happen. The only time that ever happened here in Louisiana is when Hurricane Katrina came. We had a martial law. You had to have a written permission to be out at night, which I did. I had a written permission because I cleaned restaurants at that time. And I had permission to be out at that night. And no one never, ever pulled me over. No cops ever pulled me over. They asked me, what are you doing? Or where are you going? Never did that. And when I was out there doing the nights cleaning restaurants, I only saw like maybe 2-3 cars at night during those days of when the hurricane hit and just took out all the electric. I mean, it was out for 3-4 months. Until we had these people from out of the country help us to get our lights back. And they even stayed almost around 5 or 6 years after the hurricane to help us rebuild everything. And they rebuilt everything and they left. They left with our money, but yet the economy is still here. And people were worried about that economy. Now I'm getting off topic again. But it's part of why people want to try to hide themselves to being preppers. That's fine. You don't have to show the world that you're a prepper or a survivalist. You can hide yourself. People think, oh, the government knows you're a prepper. They're going to come for you first. I'm like, why would they come for me? Why would the army or the police officers come to my house for my goods, knowing I might have a gun to protect my property? That's my property. If you look at the constitutional rights, there's a law saying that army soldiers cannot go in your house without your permission. They cannot stay there because they had that over there in the other seas before they made the Constitution. And the Constitution is supposed to protect us regardless time period or whatever happens, the Constitution will always protect us. And you think for 1 second a police officer knows if you're a prepper, he might know you have weapons in there, and he might die trying to take your food from for your family, for his family. Just think about it. He has a family, you have a family, you try to survive the nightmares or whatever Armageddon it's in your mind that's going to happen in your head, or whatever you think is going to happen. Don't you think the army already has provisions and thousands of crates of food for their own army? Why would they storm your own house? That's why most people want to stay hidden. Oh, the army's going to come busting down your house. For what reason? Knowing that you might have weapons. Also, to protect your family and your assets during the time of need or Holocaust. Let's say Holocaust or Armageddon as a reference for something bad could happen. An EMP, electrical impulse, a zombie apocalypse, whatever you call it. I'm just saying the nightmare. So any nightmare ever happens, you think a police officer is going to come into your house and raid your house because he saw you on video making food, knowing you might have weapons to protect your food and your assets and your family? Come on now, I see a lot of these videos on YouTube about, oh, the government's going to come and eat you and gobble you up and take your assets because it's a nightmare. Trust me. The army has their own assets. They might give you some of theirs to protect you and your family so you can survive the nightmare. Now, you're watching a lot of these zombie movies where they're killing one another. You really think that's going to be the way it's going to be? You think that's going to be the way? People killing one another and hurting one another for assets? I believe in the reality is going to be, I help my neighbor. Helping your neighbor fight that nightmare until the nightmare is over with is the best thing. Not going over to your neighbors and taking your neighbor's goods, because knowing your neighbor might have a gun for your ass. Now, they might have looting. I mean, Hurricane Katrina, we did have looters in New Orleans. And some down here. And some around here. No one have gotten shot. Well, unless it's over there across the lake. But if you want to stay hidden from the world and you don't want to show nobody, that is very fine. But I just want you to think about these things before you do. This video is a little long. I have to sum this thing up. If you want to stay hidden and be like Yoda, you can. But my belief, if we ever have a nightmare of any source, people is going to bond together and help one another, regardless of the nightmare you think is going to happen. Alright, I'm the Ranger. I think I want to sum this video up. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. They do help. If you want to stay hidden like Yoda, that is fine. That is your possibilities for you and your family. If you want to be out like YouTube and post how to do stuff to help others, if a nightmare hits, go for it. But if you're scared, because the army's going to come to your house because you're a prepper, but be advised, be hidden. Be hidden amongst the rest, and no one will know who you are. That's not a bad idea to do. So if you think you can do that, go for it. But I'm just letting you know, you might be just wasting your time. Because maybe nothing will happen. And you could have done something different to help others and yourself in a different way. But you were so scared of the nightmare that you went hidden and showed nobody what you knew. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Ain't that right? See you next video.